Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Baseball Diaries. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It has been a while. We got a delayed start to this one even because I was on the phone with my insurance provider.
Always a fun time.
Oh God, so much fun! It's actually my favorite activity, and by favorite activity I mean second to least favorite right now.
I was going to say, least favorite's probably studying for the bar.
Correct. So with that being said, lots of news and notes. The All-Star game just happened. Unfortunately,
Yes.
the American League won.
Commies won.
Yeah, communists won, and by communists we mean Yankees.
Yeah. Yankees. We call them commies because they won't let them grow facial hair. I couldn't be a Yankee because I have a mustache. It's
I couldn't be
bullshit.
a Yankee either. I have facial hair right now. If I
It's-
shaved right now, I could be a Yankee, but
Actually, technically, I think it's just a beard for the Yankees because I think you can have a mustache with the Yankees,
yes, you can have a mustache.
which is wild. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think a beard looks more professional. Like, I guarantee you, when I get back to the office, they're going to be like, shave that mustache. Get rid of that thing. And that's fair. It looks less professional than a full beard. If I had a full beard, it looks way more professional than a mustache at this point. And if this was the 1980s, different argument. But we're not in the 80s anymore.
Correct. With that being said,
you might as well just get in the All-Star game.
Yeah. So the home run derby obviously happened beforehand.
Derby.
Yeah. Home run derby was
boring.
It was a little boring. It was
home run derby.
It was a home run derby, but I think a lot of the disappointment comes from the fact that not a lot of players were really, I guess, who you really want to see in a home run derby. I mean, okay, aside from Bobby Witt and Gunnar,
I'd say Bobby Witt, Gunnar, and I'd say AG. AG you want to see in a home run derby because he's a big dude. But then it's like Teoscar Hernandez, who ended up winning it. Congratulations, Teoscar. But
you know what? Actually, I have a tweet that says Bohm was robbed. Statistically, it is true. I read the article. It was true. It was not done by a Phillies reporter. So they didn't actually follow their own rules. They were only supposed to get 60 seconds, and Teoscar took like 2 to 3 minutes to do his. And
are you talking about in the bonus rounds?
Yeah, no. The swing off.
Yeah, okay.
So they didn't follow their own rules, and they just let him take the time. And obviously, when Teoscar takes time, he can connect.
Yeah,
we saw.
Yeah,
but they didn't follow their own rules, so Bohm was robbed.
It's not even the first or the last time they will do that because I mean, Schwarber was completely robbed by Harper one year.
Yes,
because that was when they had the rule that you had to wait for the ball to land before you could swing it or before you could throw the next pitch, and Harper was hitting 7 balls in the air at the same time.
Yeah, which probably confused the fuck out of Statcast. But in any sense, Bohm was actually really good. Like,
I thought Bohm was gonna win it for a minute. I was so shocked.
Dude, no, when he went first, I was like, I saw 21 in the first round. I was like,
I know.
I was like,
I was taken back. I was like, were they counting doubles off the wall? Because if they were, that makes more sense.
Dude, he was hitting some fucking tanks.
He was. Yeah.
And because I was texting you at the time. You were otherwise occupied. I was like, all right, we're getting a Bohm 40 home runs.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. I was like, what is going on right now?
Like, he's just flat out, he's a good hitter.
He is a good hitter.
But he doesn't pull the ball like a traditional home run hitter does. Like, because he sprays hits all over the place. If you look up his hit chart on Savant,
yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, which is great because that gets him a ton of RBIs. But he doesn't pull the ball all the time, so it doesn't lead to him getting a lot of home runs. And he was smoking that ball.
Yeah, I mean,
and he hit 36 home runs, which was a lot.
It was a lot, and like in looking at his Savant right now, his bat speed is in the 63rd percentile. So good.
Yeah, he was in
it's
the
above average.
It is above average, and he was a little bit lower on the entire like list of guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was middle of the pack for bat speed of all the competitors, or he was third to last. And I mean, it was only 8 guys, so that's not really. All of them were around 72 to 75.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you expect. It was like a bunch of guys with pretty much the same around bat speed, but some guys with more renowned pop than, well, Alec Boehm.
Yeah.
And
one thing that did shock me, so I looked up his Savant page, and I was expecting, like, he's not that, like, you see him on TV, and he's not that big of a guy. He doesn't look very big.
Like, muscular. I mean, he's a 6'5" dude,
and
like,
that's
but he looks skinny.
I did not know he was 6'5". I had no idea
he's gigantic.
6'5". I was like, oh, that's tall. I thought he was like 6. I thought he was like my height, like 6'2", maybe 6'3". I was like, he's probably he's above average, but not tall.
He's kind of wiry, tall. not like Trey Turner wiry, but like in that realm.
Yes, I agree with you. Like that's. I mean, he's not a small dude, but again, I still wouldn't like. Of home run derby participants, I would still put him on the smaller. Not this year's home run. I'm talking about like who you'd want to see in the home run derby. He's on the smaller side.
You want to see
guys.
like Aaron Judge, Jordan, guys like that. Yeah,
Giancarlo Stanton, like those kind of guys.
The guys with ridiculous bat speed that hit 600 foot bombs all the time. Whereas Boehm's longest was like 445,
which is far, but it's not.
I mean, and to be fair, I don't know if I've ever seen Boehm hit a 445 foot home run in CBP. Yeah. Like, because he was hitting second deck shots in Globe Life. And Globe Life's a weird field.
It is a weird field.
Because it doesn't really strike me as super hitter friendly.
I'd say it's middle ground.
That's what I was going to say. It's
like right in the middle. Like it's not really pitcher friendly, but it's not really hitter friendly at the same time. It's kind of just middle of the pack.
It helps both in a way. Which it helps both. Because I mean, no one was going to dead center. Not a single soul went to dead center during the Derby.
No, the only person who goes dead center during the Derby is Acuna Jr.
Yeah.
And J-Rod, actually. J-Rod did it, too.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, God, who were they talking about during the Derby when they were said, oh, he's putting up, like, J-Rod numbers? And I was like, no, he's not. J-Rod hit 41 in one round last year. Like, no one's putting up J-Rod.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Teoscar. It might have been. But
definitely wasn't Pete Alonso.
I was like, no one's doing what J-Rod did last year. That was
a show.
That was video game shit. I mean, I don't know if I could even do that in the show.
I might have lost you again. He's gone. What J-Rod did last year was absolutely incredible, and I'm pretty sure it broke the record. If I'm not, you there?
You just keep freezing up on me. I don't know what it is.
You keep freezing up on me as well.
Okay, maybe both of our internets are on the fritz right now. However, the big win for the Derby, for me personally, Boehm went to the semifinals. He was the first guy to qualify for the semifinals, and he beat Ozuna from the Braves and the Polar Bear.
The Polar Bear went missing in Texas.
What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
Yeah, the polar bear was not great at all.
I think he needs to hang it up. I don't think he's ever winning another one at this point.
I don't disagree with you.
I don't know what it is. He's changed pitching coaches twice. He's had multiple different guys throw to him at this point, and. Can you see me? Because you look like a alien. Yeah.
Now I can see
I don't know. Pete has been trying to win that third one. for a
and he
while
just
now.
can't. Like
It seems like not that his pop's gone, because Lord knows that's not gone.
No,
but
not even close. But it's just like for some reason he's not been good in the Derby. Like, I mean, the 2 years that he won it, he was stellar. Like one of the best. Like he was when he was doing it. It was basically like everyone there was just kind of participating, and this was his thing. Like
and now it's not. You're losing to Bobby Witt. I mean, Gunnar didn't qualify for the semifinals, which was disappointing. But I think
yes, it was.
The thing with Gunnar was he was kind of hitting like Bohm almost. Like he was driving shit into the gap, and he just wasn't getting enough lift on the ball.
Yeah,
and that could be down to the pitching coach or whatever. But
Pete Alonso hit 12 in the first round.
Yeah,
that's bad for him. Very bad.
Yeah.
Also, continue talking. I'm going to find an Ethernet cable so I can plug it in case it's my internet.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, Pete was for Pete. It was ugly. Like, I mean, just his swing looked like he was almost chasing pitches in the home run derby, which is weird because the guy wasn't throwing him anything that I don't. Some of the pitches that he got thrown, like they had the little StatCast thing, like where the guy's best hitting zone is, what his nitro zone is, essentially. And like Bohm's was this upper quadrant, middle into him, which obviously I know it's Alec Bohm. But Pete was just he was taking
Ethernet
pitches.
Cable is there.
Okay,
so hopefully it's better.
Yeah, you turned into like the alien from Alien versus Predator there.
Nice.
Which was very strange. I don't know what it is for Pete. I think he should stop doing it,
or at least take a year off or something.
I think he should take a year off.
Yeah, because it hasn't been good for him, like at all.
No, because like even last year he wasn't good.
He was bad last year. Yeah.
Yeah, and this year he was worse.
He was significantly worse.
And I mean, look, I know it's a fun event, but maybe take a break, Pete. Maybe.
Yeah, because you didn't do what
you
we
didn't
thought
do
you
anything worth watching that year. Well, this year.
Did he have the least amount of home runs? I think he did.
I think he did.
Let's see.
It was either him or Gunnar.
No, it was Gunnar.
Did Gunnar only hit 11?
Yeah, he only hit 11.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, that one surprised me because left field, right field there, Corey Seager
owns that side.
Yep. I mean, shit, during the actual game, I thought Seager nuked.
So did
Hunter Green.
I did too.
I thought that ball was going to fucking Pluto.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll get into that in a sec, but on the home run derby, I think we got it. The national anthem. I mean,
the elephant in the room was the national anthem.
So initially, cool story. The girl who sang it, I didn't know her.
I don't know her either.
Apparently, her dad pitched for the Rockies.
Oh.
So like, yeah, that's cool. She came out and gave possibly the worst rendition of the national anthem I've ever heard. I mean, Fergie's for the NBA was really bad.
It's close between those two.
And it was really, really bad. I mean, because like, look, the national anthem can be a disaster. Like the Phillies postseason game I went to, they had like this children's choir doing it, and the mics cut out. The entire stadium, the mics cut out, and the entire stadium just took over. So that was cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because they were like, okay, it's a children's choir, we're not gonna fuck with them.
Yeah. Phillies fans actually showed
start throwing batteries at the kids.
Phillies fans actually showed some heart.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I mean, and that was cool, but this was just. I think it was like everyone was confused as to how bad it was because it was.
Bohm was visually trying not to laugh. You could see it in his face.
Dude,
he was trying so hard.
They should have given him the trophy for holding it together.
He was trying so hard to hold it together. I mean, You could just see it on his face.
He's looking around like, really?
I know I shouldn't laugh, but fuck do I want to?
Yeah. And then, I mean, before the game yesterday, because we're about to move into that, she came out with saying she decided to give an explanation, which I'm not buying at all. Like, I mean, okay, like it could be true. It could be true. And I'm not going to say it's not, but look, man, I've seen many people sing drunk. And I don't know if this is common for everyone, but like when you sing, most guys I know sing way better drunk than they do when they're sober.
Well, also, there's a couple things there. Chances are you're also drunk, so your hearing might be a little bit impaired.
Yeah.
And second of all, like, we don't know. I mean, if she was shit faced, like full, like I'm talking 20 shots deep, maybe. Like
maybe she might have been.
Yeah, I mean, if she was that shit faced, man, that could probably play a factor into it.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
like
she was also like, I mean, I hear rehab's fun. Oh, that is a rough line, brother.
Yeah, that was a rough line.
I read that, I was like, I don't know if that's what I would have gone with.
Yeah, as soon as she said that, like, I got the statement. I'm going to read the statement pulled up right now.
Yeah.
Her name is Ingrid. I don't know what her last name is, honestly.
Is it like Andres?
Andres, yes.
Andres, yeah.
Yes. She is, 4-time
Grammy nominated.
Yeah, Grammy nominated singer.
Let me look this up.
The statement she gave was, "I'm not going to bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. That was not me last night. I apologize to MLB, all the fans in this country. I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's fun, or it's super fun."
Okay.
Bold statement.
Yeah, that's all right. So I pulled up her Spotify. Her most popular song is called "More Hearts Than Mine." It has 151 million streams.
Damn.
Her second most popular song is called "Wishful Drinking."
Well, I don't think she's gonna be wishfully drinking anymore. For a while.
Cheers to you, Ingrid. If I had to check myself into rehab after singing drunk, I would be a first ballot rehab Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you gotta say, she's definitely gonna be the most popular person at the rehab facility, because like,
hey,
most of the people there, you're like talking. They're like, "What made you go into rehab?" And they're like, "Oh, I hit rock bottom, and I cheated on my wife and kids, and now
she took everything.
Yeah, she took everything, and I just drank until I almost killed myself." It's like, ooh, that's sad. It's like, what was your rock bottom, Ingrid? I sang the national anthem at the fucking home run derby, drunk as fuck, and everybody thought I sucked.
It's like, well, it's certainly a story, and it definitely is a way to, well, I mean, it's certainly one of the ways to get your name out there.
It is. Hey, all publicity is good publicity.
Well,
ask Trevor Bauer.
Well,
that was a bad line. I'm sorry.
Wasn't the best. I
could have said rehab was super fun.
Yeah, you could have said rehab was super fun. Yeah, I don't know, because like I think I texted you this. My brother, his opening song at karaoke bars is the national anthem.
That's actually sick. I'm not gonna lie.
And his reasoning is it gets the people fired up, and I'm like, you know what? That's a great reason.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, you just like come up and start singing the national anthem. Look, man, you're gonna get a pop.
Yeah, if you're in America, you're gonna get a pop, unless you're in maybe San Francisco. Which, like I said, if you're in America, you're gonna get a pop. I don't know if San Francisco counts as America anymore. It doesn't.
Probably not. So after that, they had Cody Johnson do the national anthem for the actual All-Star game, and he was good.
Damn right he was.
Cody Johnson is
himself.
Cody Johnson's normally good, so
yeah. Well, I just want to finish off. At least say who won the Derby. Teoscar Hernandez beat Bobby Witt Jr. in the last round of the Derby, and that last ball that Bobby Witt hit.
Oh, it died.
Oh my god!
I was hurt. Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
It was the most like I saw that hit and I was like, oh, it's gonna go. No.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and that happened a lot during that Derby because like when Bohm was down big to Teoscar, I was like, ah, shit. Well, he did pretty well, and then he just went on a tear and started hitting like nukes. And I thought he was gonna get 15 on his last ball. He just pulled it a little too much.
Yep.
And which is never something you say with Alex.
True.
He like all of his teammates were super fired up for him. It looked really cool, and I mean,
well, except for the teammates that were all in the All-Star game that are taken. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. All the teammates that were in the All-Star game were not excited. I don't know what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going.
No, what I'm trying to get to was the Alec Bohm, Bryce Harper, and
Trey Turner
shot they took at Bryson Stott.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yes.
It would be funner if one of our teammates wasn't on the beach right now.
Yeah.
On a stray immediately.
Immediately. First thing, Harper's just like, stray at Stott. For no reason. Like, Stott's just enjoying his time off. And Harper's like, hey, asshole, you should be here.
And, if he was hitting better, he should be there. But...
yeah. Who was
okay, to be fair, Ketel Marte...
I was going to say, Ketel Marte's having a great season.
Yeah. Okay, but Bryson probably should have been an alternate above Arise.
Yes, I'll agree with that. If he was hitting better.
If he was hitting better, yeah, because...
Yeah.
All around second baseman-wise, I'm taking Stott.
Yeah. I mean, Arise is terrible defensively. Like, not just bad, like...
Awful.
Yeah. I mean, they're DHing him. That's how bad he is.
Yeah.
They're DHing a guy who couldn't hit 20 home runs in a season. Like,
oops, all singles.
Yeah.
It's like, and look, man, you're hitting 300 plus every year. Cool.
Yeah,
great.
That's cool. That's great.
It's
not a
all
DH,
you provide.
Though.
Like,
yes, quite literally all you do.
Yeah. You're terrible at defense. You're just you're there.
Yeah, you're on the field. You're playing second base. You are a second baseman.
You are a second baseman by name.
Yes. By field, I would say you're a hole in the field.
You're a hole in the field. You're essentially a traffic cone.
Yes.
Couldn't make a defensive play to save your life, and you can hit singles.
Yes. But anyways, we can get into the All-Star game with that transition into shots fired at Bryson Stott.
Yes.
For no reason whatsoever.
I mean, you knew it was going to happen when the entire infield was there except for him.
Basically, yeah.
I laugh at the thought of Brandon Marsh watching Alec Bohm in the home run derby in their apartment, just yelling at his TV.
Bohm's gonna get so much shit for losing from Marsh.
Oh, absolutely.
Marsh is gonna make his life a living hell, and next year Marsh is gonna do the derby. I'm calling it now. Marsh is doing the derby next year.
That would
fucking
be so.
Calling it.
That would be sick.
Like,
because Marsh can hit nukes.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that, actually.
I would love to see it because I want to see him. He's not going to care if he wins. He doesn't give a fuck about winning.
No.
What he cares is that
he gives a fuck about winning actual games, but not the derby.
No.
He's just
what he cares about in the derby is he wants to hit more home runs than Alec Bohm. That's his only goal. If he wins the fucking thing, he's great. But minus that, his goal is hit more home runs than his roommate Alec Bohm.
All he needs to do is hit 37.
Yep.
And then he's going to be like, I have this on you. He would probably print that out and put it all over the apartment.
Yep. I want next year. Honestly, I want both of them to do it next year.
That would be
I
so
want them
funny.
to start talking shit, and I don't care what they have to do. Forge the rankings, whatever. First round, Bohm versus Marsh.
Okay.
Has to happen.
Hear me out. It doesn't have to be next year. It can be 2026 in Philadelphia.
Okay, I didn't know the All-Star game was there.
All-Star game is 2026 in Philly for
fine.
America's 250th birthday.
That's yes.
Yeah.
I could definitely, and like I said, round 1 has to be Marsh versus Bohm.
Yeah.
Don't care what happens. After that, fill out the participants. But first round, I'd say first round, first people to go. Bohm and Marsh.
Yeah.
Like,
it would be the funniest experience of all time.
Yes. Because they would just talk so much shit the entire time and mic them both up the entire time that they're hitting. Like, and watching each other hit. Because you're going to hear some wild shit. And you know what? Stream it on, like, don't stream it on public television.
That would have to be pay-per-view.
Yes, pay-per-view.
It would have to be pay-per-view because
I'll fucking buy it. I'll buy it.
I would buy it. I mean, there's a reason they can't mic Bohm up when he's hitting. The dude swears like a sailor.
Oh, I know. He's like me.
It's hysterical. But with that, the actual All-Star game was fun. I mean,
it was fun.
There were more runs scored than the previous 2 games combined, so that's pretty cool.
Nice. Yes, that is nice. It was kind of, I mean, there was not really a lot of drama in it per se.
No, not really.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani started off with a 3-run bomb. Man, like,
who did he cranked that?
Who did he hit that bomb off of?
No, not.
It wasn't Scooble.
It wasn't Scooble. It was Hauk.
Hauk, yes. Yeah, I mean, he fucking, as soon as he hit it, I was like, oh, bye ball. That's fucking on the moon.
Yeah, that shit was gone.
Yeah.
And then the NL pissed the lead away by putting Logan Webb on the map.
His All-Star game ERA is not great.
His All-Star game ERA is $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he even get through the inning?
He did.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember because I remember the coach was like, I need to get all my pitchers in. And
Torey Lovello.
Yeah, Torey Lovello. I was like, I don't know why I was going to say Luke.
Do you know how many pitches Chris Sanchez threw?
4.
2.
Yep.
He recorded 2 outs, on 2 pitches.
Yep.
So you know what my evidence says? Chris Sanchez instead of Logan Webb, NL wins the game.
Probably.
Because Logan, that's the one thing I don't get. Everyone else was clearly juiced the fuck up. Like Skeens was doing what Skeens does, throw gas, and he was great.
Oh, I wanted another inning out of him. I did.
Selfishly, I did too.
I just, because, man, he was nasty. He showed why he's... I understand it too. Like, I understand...
Yeah.
Like, but, man, it was so fun seeing... Or, like, Mason Miller.
I would have loved to see Skeens and Miller be the starter.
Oh.
That would have been so much fun.
Open the door with 104 and 101, and then
Mason Miller threw the fastest pitch in MLB All-Star Game history.
Yep.
To Ohtani.
Yeah, like that's electric, and I mean, and it was so great because both of them with Paul Skeens and Mason Miller, they showed you why they're so dominant because their outings were basically good morning, good afternoon, good night, bye. You guys are you're fucked.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Joe Davis said that.
Yeah.
When Mason Miller was pitching.
Yeah, it was like, dude, you guys are here, but you're playing my game. You're playing my game, and you're not going to win. You have no chance.
Yeah. No, I mean, and they didn't. It was hysterical.
Yeah, it was so like. Did you hear the quote Bryce Harper had when they were
when they were flying over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the A's and the Phillies played each other right before the All-Star game, and Mason Miller took a plane with the Phillies to get to Texas. And apparently before the game,
it's not tampering; it's just having fun.
They turned Alec Bohm definitely turned Mason Miller into Mason Miller.
Oh, absolutely! Are you kidding?
Guaranteed.
Bro has Zins in his locker.
Bohm. You can't like he's just one of the guys. Like
he's so goofy.
He's
so goofy.
So Mason Miller was going and was talked about by Bryce Harper before, and he kept kind of asking like, "Is Mason Miller getting ready?" I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see what he's got. And did he end up facing him?
No, he never ended up facing him.
Yeah,
because
I thought
he saw him throw 104 to Marsh, and he was like,
And then on the plane ride with him, Mason Miller goes up to Harper and is like, "Hey, I heard you wanted to see it," and he's like, "I'm good, bro. Don't want to see it anymore."
You're good.
And I'm like, "That's fair. That's fucking fair." Because if I saw that, I'd be like, "Nope. There's no point. I don't want to face it. I don't want to see that." Best case scenario, I strike out. Worst case scenario, I'm getting major reconstructive surgery on my face.
Yeah.
Possibly dead.
That's the thing, though. Mason Miller actually has good command.
He does.
So I think we'd be fine.
But I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah. And just the fact that he was on the team plane with us, I was like, of course he is.
That's
looking for closers.
Yeah, the Phillies
always got to strengthen the bullpen.
Are trying to persuade Mason Miller to head over there. I lost Brennan again. He's gone. Anyways, with that, the National League ended up losing 5-3, which sucked. I know Jarren Duran hit a home run, the 2-run bomb in the 7th, I think it was.
Yes, Hunter Green gave up a hit to. I want to say it was Seager. No, it couldn't have been Seager.
Seager flew out right before that.
Because where was Seager hitting? Because Seager was hitting second. Because Seager took Gunner's spot. Someone got on base.
I'm looking it up right now.
Because Duran hit for Judge.
Yeah.
Oh, Soto. Soto got on base.
Oh,
Soto singled.
He walked. No, he walked.
He walked? I thought he singled in that at bat. Because I know he walked in the first for Judge to face Gaines.
I think you're right. Yes, you're right. Which also that time that the walk that he did have.
Oh, that was a strike.
Yeah, if William Contreras catches that ball, that was a strike.
Yeah. So, whatever. Everyone got to see Skeens versus Judge for one pitch.
Yep.
But I was like we were saying, the NL immediately threw the lead away by putting Logan Webb on the mound.
Yeah.
I don't like the guy is. Look, you can't hate on his career numbers because he is he's a very consistent, good pitcher. Like, he's good. Yes. And I'm not saying he's not good.
And he's I'd say very good because he's consistent. Shit, last year he was second in the Cy Young finishing. Or he finished second in the Cy Young race. And he's done that, not second, but he's been in the top 10 pretty much every year of his career.
Yeah, but the guy, he just doesn't have juice.
No. His stuff, he relies on ground balls to get outs. And
I think at the time he had Luis Arraez and the infield defense behind him, so just
doesn't matter. You get a ground ball to second base, it's
probably going to be a single. Yeah. And aside from the fact that he couldn't, Webb is a precision pitcher. His whole thing is I hit corners.
Location.
He's not Greg Maddux. He couldn't find the zone. No. He couldn't find the zone, and it's like, dude, you're throwing one inning.
Yeah.
You have to find the zone.
Yeah, it was a bad outing by Logan Webb, that's for sure. And he's having a great season overall. I think he's
I think he has a 3.47 ERA, which would be his career highest so far.
Yes, it's not his best season by far. I know that, but a 3.47 is still a very good ERA.
Yeah, no, it's a good. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying I don't think he was the right guy.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
And I nitpicking Torey Lovello's management in an All-Star game.
Yes.
I just think it was. I think it was the wrong guy at the wrong time.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about the this is actually I do know how I feel about this. I want to get everybody into the All-Star game. Here's my theory on that. If you want it to be just a show where I don't give a fuck about the score, fine. That's what it is. If you want me to actually care about the score, then I think it's a piss poor managing. Because if I care about the score, I want to try and win then. If I care about the score, I don't care that everyone doesn't play. I want Paul Skeens going 2 innings, 3 innings. I want to see what's that like, and then
you could give him a pitch limit.
Yeah, like, that's fine too.
Give them like 30 or 40 pitches if they're a starter.
Yeah, and
because
that's what I'm saying.
What are those guys going to have to do to make sure that they're good for their next start? They're going to have to get in the bullpen and complete essentially a bullpen session.
Yeah, and that's what they do basically. That's why Paul Skeens lined up perfectly with it, because today would be the day that he threw a bullpen.
Yeah,
and I don't know what his bullpen how many pitches he typically throws in a bullpen, but I know when I was in college, my side sessions between if I was starting would be 30, 40 pitches.
That's what I think it probably would have been. And just give him that. Why not? Because look, man, you don't have to use all the starters. No. You don't. And that's there's no rule about it. Yes, it's cool to pitch in an all-star game. But if the moment doesn't really call for you,
and especially now, because it's I understand, you want to make sure everyone experiences the All-Star game, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I have to say to that. With the way that the All-Star game is now,
it's a popularity contest.
It's also so watered down because, A, every team has to have one.
Yeah.
That sucks. Because if that wasn't the case, there are a lot of those teams that have All-Stars. Ryan McMahon's probably not an All-Star.
Well, I mean, Ryan McMahon has had a great season, but the thing is, the Rockies have already said they're not trading him, which is, look, if you think he's a building block, fine. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Ryan McMahon is a very good third baseman.
Yeah.
He's been a Gold Glove finalist multiple times. He's actually hitting the ball very well right now. But again, he's also playing at Coors, and he struck out on a high fastball from Seth Lugo.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's not having. He's having a good season.
Seth Lugo was more juiced up than fucking Logan Webb.
Yeah, very true.
Seth Lugo threw a 96-mile-an-hour fastball,
which
yesterday.
I didn't even know he had 96 in his power.
He sits 93.
Yeah, 93 on a good day. Because I see some of his starts. He's sitting 91, 92. I'm okay.
It's the guy's got Aaron Nola velocity, but just doesn't have the exact same location or pitch mix.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this. There's a reason you dropped Lugo off your fantasy team, was because he's regressing.
He is kind of. It's weird.
Okay, the regression is definitely coming based on his Savant page.
Yes.
Because those underlying numbers are very concerning, but dude, I don't understand how you're not more juiced up. Look, man, if Logan Webb came out and threw a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, I think I would have had a heart attack.
Oh.
Yeah. Because Logan Webb, I think his fastest fastball during that was 94. And I was like, well, that's about average Logan Webb.
That's normal. Yeah, that's normal.
And I'm like, that immediately concerned me, because I was like, dude, you're playing in an all-star game. How are you not more jocked up?
Yeah. How do you not care at all?
Because it's Wheeler, I was fine with him missing it because he definitely needed the rest, and so did Ranger.
Yeah, yes.
Which is why I'm glad that Ranger got shelved. Max Fried I will give Max Fried his flowers. He was a very worthy participant
100%.
in that.
100%.
Chris Sale would have been a better option.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
But they didn't use Chris Sale. They used Ronaldo Lopez for 1 out.
Yep.
And I'm like, any of these guys would have been a better option than Logan Webb, because one, they have more juice, and shit, man, you put Zach Wheeler in for that inning that Logan Webb had, that's 3 straight Ks, and Wheeler probably hits 101 on his fastball.
Which would have been sick.
And I know that because what does Wheeler clearly love? Big moments.
Yeah.
The dude is another
elite
level
postseason picture.
And look, no disrespect to Logan Webb, because Logan Webb is a great pitcher. He doesn't have that kind of well, one, experience at all.
Yeah.
He's never been to the postseason. He has no idea what the big moment's like, and he showed it. Like, I know it's just an all-star game, but, like, dude, you can't do that against the best and just be like, think you're ready for a big moment like that, I guess.
Yeah, and I think honestly, just on if we're making the All-Star game a show, like clearly they're trying to make it, they're just trying to make it a show. We shouldn't care about it's like the Savannah Bananas at this point.
Yeah.
Nobody really cares about the score because it's just because they make things like where every pitcher is going to come in and every player is going to play. That's why I don't care about it anymore. Now it's just a show, which is fine with me, but don't expect me to care about the score. Anyways. But
I wanted to spread National League propaganda, but Torey Lovello cost that.
But, yeah, and if I'm thinking of putting on a show of the best pitchers the funnest pitchers to watch in baseball, Logan Webb is not on that show.
No.
Logan Webb, I love Logan. He's my ace on my fantasy team. Love him to death. But it's not the coolest. It's not the coolest stuff. The coolest stuff to see is Mason Miller throwing 104. Paul Skeens throwing 5 different pitches, a fastball at 102, a splinter at 99, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How does anybody hit this guy? Nobody does.
You want to see Ks.
Yes.
Like, that's what you want to see. Like,
if
Ks are exciting.
You want to see home runs are exciting. And Ks. Yes, exactly.
Ground balls to second, routine ground balls to second are not fun. That is what you see at a normal baseball game.
Exactly. And it's fun in a normal baseball game, but it's like, if I want to put on the best show possible, it's not what I'm showing. I'm not showing a guy that's going to get ground balls to second base. I'm showing this guy who's got fuck you stuff. Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, Mason Miller, like these guys that, they're gonna make you look stupid at the plate.
Yeah,
and that's what you want to see.
Logan Webb is not that guy.
No, he's got good stuff, good location, but he doesn't have that fuck you pitch where it's like, oh yeah, you're not touching this.
Yep. I mean, you know who would have been really good in that situation?
Chris Sale.
Helsley, yeah. Helsley would have been a great one, which he didn't throw. Right? He didn't throw. No. Which you're probably glad about because he needs the rest.
He needs the rest desperately.
And, I mean, like, dude, I know Bobby Miller struggled. Even Bobby Miller would have been a better option.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Bobby Miller is not currently in the MLB.
Yeah. So, obviously, Bobby Miller would not be a better option at this point. But in terms of fuck you stuff,
yeah,
he has way more of that than 100%.
Also, that, I mean,
Hunter Green also almost giving up a nuclear bomb to Corey Seager and then giving one up to Jarren Duran. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, and Hunter Green's another one that's got some fuck you stuff that's fun to watch. Yeah. Like it's yeah.
Hey, but whatever. I mean, it's a show. It's not It's not a real game. And you know, the All-Star break for the MLB is mostly a rest period, but it can be a lot of fun. So
yes.
Cool, but Torey Lovello, dog, do better.
That's
what the fuck?
Brendan's plea. With that kind of leads us right into our news and notes because, like we said, I don't know if we explained it at the beginning. I don't remember if we did. We're not doing weekend updates because we're only doing once a week. We're just going to have a shitload of news and notes, our teams, and then we're going to go through the standings, and we're going to highlight any like cool, crazy standings trends that are happening. Other than that, that's pretty much it. First little news and note, there's bad news for the Dodgers. Real bad news. Like they're on the struggle bus right now. For the people that were saying that the Dodgers are the team to beat in the National League, that they're going to easily win the World Series this year, I have some bad news for you. Some very, very bad news. Tyler Glasnow's on the 15-day IL. I'm going to call Phantom IL bullshit immediately. I genuinely think it's Phantom.
I wouldn't say so far as Phantom. I'd say this is like he needs this because he's approaching his career high in innings.
That's what I mean. It's not.
So
I'm saying he's not.
It's not a true phantom, but it's
Yeah.
It's like we need to manage this because we know we're getting to that
Well,
level.
we're getting to that level. We don't need him. Like, we genuinely don't need him for the next at least 2 months because they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna win the division. The closest team is the Diamondbacks. It's 7 games back, and the Padres.
I thought it was Padres too. Yeah.
Padres they're both 7 games back. Yeah. So it's
damn.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you're not really torn. Like, you're not losing that division lead. So it's not. I don't think it's that big deal. I call Phantom IL bullshit. But moving on from Glasnow's Phantom IL, we also have
real IL.
My A or NL Rookie of the Year and Cy Young pick on the 60-day IL, Yoshitshibu Yamamoto. Yeah. Welcome to the IL.
Get ready to learn IL, buddy.
Yeah, he's learning it. He's in grippy sock jail currently. I don't know if he's actually in grippy sock jail. I don't even know what his injury is, honestly. Wasn't it elbow
I would
tightness?
be hard pressed. I think it was elbow tightness.
Which, if he's now put on the 60-day IL,
that's concerning.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Well, and I think it's one of the things we talked about way early on this podcast was
tricep tightness.
That's just as bad.
Yeah.
And this is the thing we talked about early, like way early, in one of the essential pitching rabbit holes we got down. He hasn't changed his mechanics at all.
No.
And we thought that would end up being a problem, and lo and behold, here it is.
Well, yes, because
I mean, could it be the reason? Maybe, maybe not. But I'd be hard pressed to say it isn't part of it.
Yeah. And I called it immediately because I said he doesn't look like he gets any of his lower body underneath him when he's pitching the ball because of his mechanics. And when you do that, you're putting a lot of strain on your arm. And welcome to the 60-day IL with tricep tightness now because you're putting a lot of strain on that arm.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's concerning. I mean, and that's the crazy thing about that is that's not even the last news and note of pitchers on the Dodgers. That's concerning.
We got 2 more.
Yeah. Dustin May is out for the rest of the season with season-ending esophagus surgery. Which, fucking what?
Okay, hold on. What is an esophagus? Isn't that
it's your throat? Yes, it's your throat.
How'd he do that?
I don't know.
He was going too hard at karaoke night. Damn it, Dustin. And you already know that guy has a terrible singing voice. I mean, look at him.
Yeah. He looks like he does prop comedy in Las Vegas.
Dude, he looks like he could have been one of the guys they pulled off for Kill Tony.
Seriously. Yeah. How the fuck did that happen?
I honestly,
okay. I've looked up so May needed the procedure to repair a tear after he experienced discomfort following a dinner earlier this week. What the fuck were you eating for dinner?
He got an esophagus tear from dinner? Okay, look, dude, you're a pasty white dude. You're ginger. You should not be eating spicy food.
Well, I don't think it was from spicy food, but what the fuck? How did that happen?
He went to Korean barbecue and thought he could handle it.
Did he just forget to? Did he snake a fucking meal? Didn't chew it, just fucking swallowed it whole?
He must have. I mean, that's a crazy ass injury.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a crazy injury history in the past, but this is
the
just
craziest one.
Wild. I mean, this is up there with Chris Sale having to miss time for his belly button piercing, which was
or
fake.
Falling off his fucking bike.
Yeah. Which I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, the Chris Sale belly button injury, that was fake. I think he came out and said that was bullshit.
There's no way Chris Sale has a belly button ring.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And
yeah.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what you could think of. He doesn't look like the type to have a belly button ring. I'll just say that.
Probably fucking Yankees fan Earl on Twitter saying he had a belly button ring.
And then he
Because
just
that was still
decided
when
to
it was with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And then he blew up the Woo Sox locker room. And I mean, like, literally blew it up. Not like the bathroom. I mean, he went in there and destroyed shit. Because he was mad. And then fell off his bike. So, like, with Chris Sale, his injuries...
He rides a bike like Joe Biden does.
He does, and he also doesn't respond well to being injured.
No.
It's never a healthy response. It's always something terrible.
Chris Sale's known for not having the greatest responses to things in general. It's pretty much been his entire career.
Yeah, he's a bit of a loose cannon.
He got basically thrown off the White Sox for cutting everybody's jersey because he didn't like the sleeves. Yeah.
I mean, is he trying to show off? He's a skinny dude. He doesn't exactly have much to show off there.
No, but he just didn't like the sleeves, so he cut everybody's jerseys and was like, fuck it. You guys won't let me change the jerseys? I'm changing them. Which, to be fair on that one, he asked to not wear... He just said he didn't want to wear those jerseys. And typically the way it works is pitchers pick the jersey. Like, the starting pitcher for the day usually picks the jersey.
Yeah.
Unless it's, like, obviously planned or whatever. But this one, he said he didn't want to start with that jersey. He didn't want to wear it. And they were like, you're going to wear it. So he was like, well, I'm not going to wear it if it's gone.
Gonna have to pick a different jersey. Last Dodgers news and notes. Bobby Miller. Learn Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Again.
He currently in the MLB this year with 7 starts has an 8.07 ERA.
Yeah, he got tattooed against the Phillies.
He got tattooed against everybody he's faced.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
but that was the start that sent him to
yes,
AAA.
That is the start that sent him to AAA. But I mean, game before that, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Game before that, 2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Game before that, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Or no, I'm sorry, 5 earned runs. Game before that, 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. So, just not been good.
No, he's been terrible. I mean,
yeah,
like just point blank, terrible.
Yeah, I mean, and for someone who last year broke onto the scene, and everyone was saying that this guy's going to be a Cy Young caliber pitcher, and he was looking like it. He had the stuff to do it.
Well, he still does have the stuff.
Yes.
He just
can't figure it out. And even right now in AAA, between AAA and Single A, he's got 15 innings pitched and a 7.80 ERA. So
Jesus,
yeah,
he really has to figure it out.
Do you know who drafted him? By the way,
who drafted him? Wasn't it the Dodgers?
No.
I'm on his.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's his second.
Right now.
He got drafted twice. His first time he got drafted was by the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That would be kind of sick.
Well, they're looking at trade packages for Scooble now, so.
I want that more. I want that.
I know
more.
You want that more. I would want that more. But yeah, I mean, against the Phillies, he was dreadful. I mean, 4 innings pitched, 9 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah,
wasn't great. He gave up a grand slam to Trey Turner and immediately followed that up by giving up a home run to a guy who needed it so badly.
Hey, Trey Turner's going to be the NL MVP winner this year.
I would love that.
I called it. That was my pick.
Yeah,
I still stand by it.
He's hitting like 342.
349. 349.
Well, better than I guessed.
With a 941 OPS as a shortstop. If he continues that for the remainder of the season, he's winning the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
As long as somebody doesn't just, like, if the only people who I think could take over for that would be, like, if Ketel Marte just has an insane second half, he probably could take it. But, like,
Harper
could take it. Yeah. Harper, the only reason I don't say Ohtani is because he's a DH. I genuinely don't think...
That's the only thing that hurts Ohtani right now is the DH thing.
I just don't think that he could... he could continue the pace he's on right now, and he's going to have a crazy wins above replacement season anyways.
And he's going to be in the MVP conversation. Yes, but the 100%. Fact that he is a DH will hurt him.
Yes, a lot. So, I personally, I think voters would have issue giving a DH a MVP. Honestly, I mean, if they're
As
going to give it
flawed
to
as
any,
the reasoning, as flawed as the reasoning could be, that one's a little bit more valid.
yeah. I mean, out of all all DHs ever to possibly have a chance at winning MVP, clearly Shohei is the lead candidate, because not only is he leading, he's leading the National League in slugging, OPS, home runs, OPS plus, total bases, and then not only that, he's got 23 stolen bases too. So it's like, okay, so your typical 90s DH was not stealing a single base. No. There was no chance. Frank Thomas, no, not happening.
No.
Like, it just, that's not what they were there for. Ohtani's doing it all, hitting like Frank Thomas while also stealing bases like Trey Turner. So it's like, Jesus. It's pretty impressive. But at the end of the day, DH still, I still got to go with Trey Turner's going to win it.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. Yep. Well, that would be great for your MVP pick. So
we're gonna go through it at the end of the season, see what we hit on and what we missed on. I'm already. I
don't remember who my pick was. I think it was one of Ohtani or Acuna, and Acuna, well, is dead. So
I'm gonna pull it up.
I think I picked Acuna.
I think you did too.
Which, at the time, seemed like a reasonable pick.
Even before he got injured, though, we found out that was a bad pick.
Yeah, he wasn't hitting worth his weight. So
you picked Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
So
see,
hey,
look, at least,
dude, we're in fact, because we're just saying fuck it anyways. We're gonna go through these and see which ones look good and which ones look bad at this point.
Okay.
Your MVP, Shohei Ohtani. My MVP, Trey Turner. I'd say both of ours look very good right now.
Yeah, definitely.
ChatGPT's pick was Mookie Betts. Does not look good.
No, does not look good.
My MVP for the AL looks okay. Juan Soto. That could happen.
Okay.
That could happen. Your MVP pick sucks.
Who was it?
Like, this might be your worst pick.
Who was it?
Take a guess. He's on your Mariners.
Oh, God, I picked J-Rod, didn't I?
Yep.
Fucking, what the hell was I thinking?
Pick right
that's
now.
A terrible pick.
For Cy Young, NL, we know who I picked. It's not going to happen. It's literally, there's zero chance in fucking hell.
I know who I picked. I picked Wheels.
Yep, Wheels and Deals. Luis Castillo, probably not going to happen. Kirby, could happen. Could happen. It's not, I'd say it's, I'm not going to say a 50-50 chance, but it's a good, there's
potential. There's potential.
Again, my rookie of the year, Yamamoto, no. Not even.
Mine isn't happening either. Mine isn't happening either.
Yours, I don't even know if it's in the MLB anymore.
I don't think Jordan Lawler's in there.
No. My AL rookie of the year pick, possible, not likely, but possible. Because
Bangford.
I don't know if anybody really has pulled away in the American League.
I don't think anyone has.
Yeah.
I think it's still open. And the thing is, mine I know is Jackson Holiday.
Yeah, that ain't fucking happening.
The only way it happens is if he comes up in the second half and lights it the fuck up.
He'd have to go insane.
He would have to go insane. So, no, not happening.
Yeah, not happening. Manager of the year, I picked Mike Schilt. That pick actually is looking very good.
Yeah.
That pick is looking very, very good. You said Craig Counsell. That is not.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
Well, in my defense, I didn't think the Cubs were going to be this bad.
No shit. I don't think anybody did. As a Cardinals fan, I didn't see them being this bad.
It's kind of hysterical.
It is. For the American League Manager of the Year, I picked Bruce Bochy, which that's not happening.
I picked Brandon Hyde.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't think he's going to win back-to-back, but, like...
No.
Not now, but, like, at the time, I didn't think... I mean, the Orioles are still good, so there's a chance, but...
There's a chance, but it's just... It's rare that... Because everyone saw them being good.
You know who it's going to be. It's going to be Stephen Vogt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be Stephen. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's not even... Yeah. So that both of our picks are losses for the AL. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
The LCS, we picked... I picked the Braves, possible. You picked the Phillies, possible. We both picked the Orioles, possible. And then for World Series, I picked the Braves winning it. You have the Phillies winning it. For World Series MVP. You have Trey Turner. I have Matt Olson for World Series MVP.
And Matt Olson has been a shell of himself.
He has. Which always, like, well, yes, he's been a shell of himself, but I always feel like those people are the ones that, for some reason, in the playoffs, just turn it the fuck on. And you're like, oh, they remember who they are for some reason.
Yeah.
For divisions, you picked for the West, the Dodgers. For the West, I picked also the Dodgers. That's happening. Just
that's
weird. We're not patting ourselves on the back for that one. That was a fucking terrible.
No, that was the right end. Like, you have to pick that one.
Yes. This is actually kind of funny. You have the Cubs winning the Central.
No, it's not happening.
There's not happening.
No way.
The's no way. I agree. I'm not going to say it's factually impossible, but it's
not likely.
It's not likely at all. I have the Cardinals winning the division, which is also not likely, but much more likely than the Cubs.
And you were pissed at me for even you thought I was gonna pick the Phillies, and you were pissed at me for that.
Okay, but to be fair,
no, one thought that it didn't look like it was gonna be like this.
No, well, because not only that, but we all knew, like, the division was going to be a fight. Like, I said at the beginning of the season, the Pirates could possibly win the division. Like,
yeah.
I said any team in the division. I didn't
expect you to pick the fucking Cardinals, considering who they signed. You would have been mad about that for the entire summer.
Look, the reason I picked it wasn't because they were good. The reason I thought was because the rest of the division is bad. So it's like, yeah, they're the best of bad teams. They're basically the winner of the Special Olympics, I thought. Like, it was like,
yeah.
They're the best of the bad team. Not to say winner of Special Olympics is bad. That doesn't sound right. But
no, that sounds bad.
They're not the winner of the real Olympics. They're not Michael Phelps. That's like the Dodgers are, well, actually, who's the best division in baseball? AL East. The Baltimore Orioles. That is the Michael Phelps, because they're in probably the toughest division, minus AL Central, which is weird. But I refuse to believe that they're the toughest division. It's just not happening.
You can't pick a Central division to be the best division in baseball.
And then it's like the NL Central is like they're a division in baseball. They are
a division.
They're not that scary.
No,
so that's why I picked the Cardinals.
I mean, like, that's the thing. You're going into the playoffs. You get a Central team. You're probably like, hell, whatever.
Yeah.
In the NL, that is.
100%.
If in the AL, the Guardians, you're probably like, well, I guess we have to be worried about this.
Weirdly enough, out of nowhere, they got really good offense.
They got the Steven Vogt juice.
They acquired nobody, and they got good in offense, and you're like, what? What happened?
What kind of deal with the devil did Steven Vogt make?
I don't know.
He definitely did.
He definitely did. But funny enough, for the Central, ChatGPT got the answer right. The Brewers.
They got the Brewers? Well,
yep.
You know what? Based on, I guess, the history of that division, that's not a terrible pick.
Well, like I said, I think honestly anybody for that division at the beginning of the season
was such a toss-up.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, like, overall, the Cubs looked like the most well-rounded team, and they upgraded manager, and somehow they downgraded everything.
Everything. I mean, minus pitching. Starting pitching specifically, not bullpen. Their bullpen's a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But minus Justin Steele, Assad, and Imanaga.
Shota.
Other than those three, it's like, Well, and actually, Jameson Taillon is having a great season also, so I can't say that.
And then they roll out Hayden Wesneski to die every fifth day.
Yeah, he's on the team. He's going to make a start every 5 days. It's kind of like Cubs. A Miles Michaelis start.
Cubs, you can have Taijuan Walker for the price of Ian Happ. I essentially am giving you nothing.
Basically.
You give me Ian Happ.
For the NL East, we all three, ChatGPT, you and me, all had the Braves, which...
You would have shot me in the face had I picked the Phillies.
Which, like I said, the reason is because the difference was it's a toss-up. Last year, the Braves won like 115 fucking ball games.
Yeah.
Did I expect Ronald Acuna Jr. to die and same
Spencer
with
Strider?
Spencer Strider? No, I didn't expect that to happen. So nobody did. So it was like, yeah, if you pick anybody else,
you
you're
didn't
just
expect
wrong.
Austin Riley to be hitting worse than Alec Boehm.
You didn't expect Matt Olson, who had 54 fucking home runs last year, to just not even hit a fraction of that.
Yeah. And like Austin Riley hitting worse than Alec Boehm. Austin Riley is someone you should want to see in the home run derby because that guy is fucking cracked with power.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but he was the pinnacle of consistency. Literally top 10 in MVP voting, basically since his rookie year. And
he's like the Kyle Tucker of the NL.
That's what I was just about to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. He's the Kyle Tucker of the NL, where it was like, yeah, pencil him in for being top 5 best in everything. And then nobody talks about it.
Well, it's because Austin Riley and Kyle Tucker are just like essentially created players in MLB The Show that are very good, but no one talks about it because it's like, whatever. It's like this is what we expect from them.
It's like when I play MLB The Show. My last name I can't pronounce, so it's like my name never gets mentioned. It's like and here comes whatever nickname I decide to choose, and I'm like that's basically what happens with Austin Riley. Because like he's created and he's a player and he's really good, and same with my MLB The Show player. It's like obviously he's good. I made him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. My name doesn't exist in any sports game, so I have to pick like Francis to get anything close.
Yeah, exactly. That's same with mine. So it's like, there's nothing even close. So that's what Austin Riley and Kyle Tucker are. It's just like they're consistently so good, but nobody ever hears of them. So all of us picking the Braves, that was the correct choice. We thought, and then the Phillies decided to literally have the best run since the 1800s.
Yep, they sent 8 All-Stars, which I was like, I knew we were gonna. I knew everyone was gonna start voting for the All-Stars, and we got almost the entire starting infield. Damn it, Bryson.
But it's not the wrong choice. That's the thing.
No, it wasn't the wrong choice. I didn't even think that we were gonna I thought it was gonna be we were gonna be trading 1 and 2 the entire year with the Braves.
Yeah.
Or at least close to that. And I thought we were going to be in second most of the year, and maybe we could sneak the division.
See, no, I was expecting the Braves to win 100+ ball games and the Phillies to win 95 ball games, which is still fantastic. You're going to be in the playoffs, but the Braves were just a powerhouse last year.
Yeah.
And now they look like a shell of that.
And the thing is, they're still 10 games over 500.
Well, that just shows how good they were. Last year, they were so good that it was they could be a fraction of what they were, and they're still going to be on pace to win 93 games.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude.
Their 2 best players injured.
My semi-viral tweet, because of the Dodgers signing the Hold on, let me find it because it's right here. It's pinned. The Dodgers now have the number 1, number 3, and number 4 players at MLB by F4 last year. And I quoted it with that Jordan Back in Blood edit, and says the 117 win Dodgers in the NLCS and the 93 win Phillies waiting for them. It went semi-viral and it got bookmarked by a lot of people. And I'm like, look, man, don't underestimate the power of friendship.
Seriously. The power of friendship is showing so hard right now.
Yeah. And I got a response from... I'm going to read you his @
Okay.
ATL Ho 12345 Max Freed enthusiast.
Wow.
Says 93 wins is generous. If they don't get to 93 wins at the end, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah. Someone responded, said that 82 win Rockies waiting for them there. 82 win Rockies.
82 win Rockies is hysterical.
What the hell was he thinking? What was he on? I want to at him, and I want to know what kind of drugs he takes, because I want some. Holy shit, man.
Need that for the bar exam.
Yeah.
I'm going to delude myself into the right answer.
Yeah, after that, so we went on the AL West. You had the Mariners, which is winning right now. It's winning right now.
Possible.
And I have...
You had the Astros.
The Astros, who are right behind them. And they're
Kyle
going
Tucker's
into a series.
Coming back, right?
Yes, sir. He's coming back within the next week or so. So, guess what? The Astros are taking that fucking division, buddy.
Yeah, they are.
I sent you that video, the meme that I edited. I'm gonna play it for the podcast because I'm gonna put it because I thought it was funny. It was funny. I don't care what anybody says.
He makes himself laugh, guys.
I do. That I do. I'm completely insane. If people probably think that I live with people or people that live around me probably think that there's someone else in here, but nope, it's just me. And so I made this meme and it says Astros heading to Seattle, 1 game back of the division lead, and it's this GIF. That's fucking funny.
No, that one was it was good. You need to see what I just sent you.
Oh God. Twitter,
Instagram.
Oh God. Yeah. So that's kind of what. Oh, I think I saw this. I saw that. Yeah, I did see that.
I love Alec Bohm.
Yes, I do too. But anyways, yeah, the Astros are going into a series. I think it's a 4-gamer against the Mariners.
I believe it is a 4-gamer
in Seattle. So that division lead could be, if things are going the way that they have been recently for the Astros, they're taking that fucking division this weekend.
Or it's going to be the dumbest 2-2 split in history.
Yes, or that, which very well could happen. And if it's a 2-2 split, it'll be 1 game, the Astros win 13 to nothing. Next game, Mariners win 1-0.
Or 2-1 on some bullshit like a balk by Josh Hader.
Yeah, and then game 3 again, 13-2. Game 4, 1-0. And you're just gonna be like, all right, either they shit the bed, or their offense gives them 1 run, and their pitching just does not allow a single run the entire time. So then we head into the AL Central. We both picked the Tigers.
That was so much wishful thinking.
Yeah, that was a bad pick by us. That's easily... looking at it now, it's easily our worst pick. Well, I don't know. Your Cubs pick is pretty bad.
The Cubs pick is terrible, but, the Tigers one... I just wanted to believe in the young core and Tarek Skubal so bad.
Well, I didn't expect Torkelson to just die. And then, I didn't expect
Riley... 31 bombs last year. How is he this bad again?
I know. And then, I didn't expect Riley Green to be the only thing that's good hitting right now. I think even Kerry Carpenter's having a terrible season, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's having an average season.
I'm looking it up.
I think it's average at best. He does have a really funny...
283 with 914 OPS. I am wrong. I'll take it.
Actually, that's pretty fucking good.
That's very good. That is very good. So why the fuck do they suck so bad? Because everybody else...
God, wait. I saw a stat a couple days ago. I should have sent it to you. I didn't. Is the Tigers are I don't know how many wins they have, but it was when they score 2 or more runs, they are 20 games above 500.
Which makes sense, because that pitching staff is nasty.
Yeah.
And that bullpen is nasty.
And then their bullpen looks like someone that would abuse you in a gas station.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
It's hysterical. But, damn it, Tigers.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now.
Their on-pace record, as of 2 days ago, they're projected to be 78-84. Which...
That ain't winning the division.
No, it's not winning the division. After that, they have the Royals at 87-75. I think they're going to finish closer to 500 than that.
I agree.
The Twins at 91-71. Maybe.
Maybe.
But no, this is the funny one. This is the really funny one. Because the Braves' projected on-pace record is 90-72.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yes, but that also has them finishing 1 less win than the Twins.
Okay, hang on. I want to know this is a funny one that I thought you were going to go to. What are the Guardians projected?
99 and 63.
Shut the no. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season the Guardians would win 99 fucking ball games in the year of our Lord 2024, I would have lost my mind. I would have been like, how?
I think both of us had the Guardians finishing 3rd or 4th.
I think we did as well. Like, because it was like you looked at them and you're like, yeah, they got good pitching, but no hitting.
No pop.
And we were completely wrong. They have no starting pitching.
Kwan's slugging close to 600.
What?
Even Kwan.
Yeah. Josh Naylor. Who the fuck said he could be this good?
It's the CTE.
It came out of nowhere.
He's powered by brain damage, dude.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but like, if you would have told me that, yeah, Josh Naylor is going to have 22 home runs by the fucking All-Star break, I would have been like, you're fucking insane.
Whatever drugs you're on, please send them to me.
He had 17 home runs all last year. He's already beat his career high.
Drug test him, please.
He's already beat his career high. What the fuck?
I got nothing.
It came out of nowhere. Like, that's the one that's the one that I thought was gonna be hysterical, because I'm like, yeah, the Guardians at the beginning of the season. If you'd have told me they're winning 99 ball games, I would have told you you're on crack. And if you would have told me it's because Stephen Kwan is hitting like fucking Aaron Judge, and Bo Naylor is gonna have one of the highest leads in home runs in baseball, I'd be like, you're crazy, and I would owe you an apology currently. And then our last picks were obviously the Orioles to win the AL East. Still think it's gonna be true.
Yeah.
Now this is where it gets fun.
Oh God.
Wild card.
Oh Lord. Here we go.
We both had the Phillies. We both had the Diamondbacks, which I believe are both in there.
I think the Diamondbacks are in it right now.
And then you had the Cardinals, and I had the Padres, which...
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think... Are the Padres in? Well, if the Diamondbacks are in, the Padres are in, because they have the same record.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up. Yes. No, they're both one game back from the Mets, which, LOL.
LOL.
That ain't happening.
No.
Now, for the American League, I don't have your last pick for the AL wildcard, which sucks.
The what one?
Whatever your last pick was, the AL wildcard.
AL wildcard? You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna assume it was the Blue Jays.
I think you're not wrong, but
I think it was the Blue Jays, because I didn't expect the Blue Jays to be this awful.
Yeah, which if that's the case, that's your worst pick.
Well, I mean, did you think the Blue Jays were going to be this awful?
Fuck no. I debated on putting them in the playoffs. I didn't end up putting them in, but I was close.
I think I had them finishing 2nd or 3rd in the AL East, because I didn't think they were going to be this damn bad.
Well, especially like Vladdy Jr. is having a comeback season where it's like, oh yeah, Vladdy Jr.'s back. And
yeah, because I remember the order I had it. I had Orioles, Yankees, Jays, Sox, Rays.
Yeah,
that was the order I had the division in, because
neither of us had the Red Sox making the playoffs, which looks like they're going to the playoffs possibly.
And they still haven't decided whether or not they're selling, which is all right. I mean, go ahead, rip Jared's heart out. That's fine.
If they sell, oh my God,
I think Jared might kill himself live on stream.
If they sell at the deadline right now, unless they go on some crazy, like, terrible 2-week stretch where they're just bad for 2 weeks straight,
I think they'd have to lose every single game for 2 weeks.
They'd have to really tear it down. But if you sell at the deadline, man, you're sending a bad message to fans.
You're 11 games over 500.
Yeah, you're doing very well, and looks like
you're 4.5 back in the division. Like, that's like, no, it's not happening. But that's not far off.
But they could make up right now. They're in the postseason. They're in the postseason right now if they win in. And not only that, but right now if they made the postseason, they're playing the Mariners. I could see the Mariners series going either way.
Like, they could easily win that series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I mean, they went into Seattle on opening day and won.
Yeah.
So
if they sell at the deadline, sell the team if you do that, because it's just bad. It's piss poor ownership if
you're
that happens.
You're the Fenway Sports Group and you're going to sell at the deadline. All right, buddy.
Yeah. So we both basically what happened is you had the Rangers and Mariners. No, I'm sorry. You had the Rangers and the Astros making the wild card. I had the Rangers and the Mariners because you had the Mariners winning the West. I had the Astros winning the West. And then my pick is actually worse than your... Well, no, I don't think it's technically worse than your Blue Jays pick for the third wild card spot. No, it's not technically worse.
Who did you pick?
The Devil Magic themselves, Devil Rays. They're 500.
Yeah, I mean, they are 500.
But I don't
I think that was more so because you didn't believe they were going to be bad this year. Because you couldn't.
Well, that's not true. Yes.
Because you couldn't. Because there's too much historically that wouldn't make it make sense to say they're going to be this bad.
Well, exactly.
And the fact that we're saying 500 season this bad, it's just
it's mind-blowing. Because, every year for the last 10 years, you could have showed me the lineup, showed me the pitching staff, and I'd been like,
they're going to somehow win 95 games.
Well, just if you took the name Rays off and you just had the team, I would have been like, okay, that's probably about a 500 win ball club. They're okay. They're not good. They're not bad. They're just average. And then you add the Rays name to it, and I'm like, 95 win ball club. Because why? Because Rays. Literally the only reason. No rhyme or reason behind it. Just they're the Rays. It's what they do.
People are going to be like, well, that doesn't even make any sense logically. And we're like, we know.
I know it doesn't make sense logically. But take a look at the years before. Every year, it's the same lineup of just a bunch of guys who are like,
and somehow they're second in the division or winning it.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck? Makes no sense. And it's the AL East, which is historically always a good division. And they've always just been like, you know what? With the power of friendship, we can do everything. And you're just like, how?
And the thing is, with them, it's not even the power of friendship. It's the power of Satan.
Yeah, it genuinely is, because the team doesn't really, I mean, I'm not going to say they don't jive together, but, they're not you watch their games, it's not like watching the Orioles or watching the Phillies, where it's like, yeah, these are just a bunch of punks hanging out.
Yeah. It's like these guys are not so much, kind of like the law firm of Tampa Bay.
I wouldn't say they're that boring, though, because they got Pete Fairbanks.
Pete Fairbanks is the guy that brings the humor to the office.
But he's funny as shit.
He's funny as shit.
When he had that bad outing to begin the season.
Dude, he's given 4-5 A+ interviews this season so far.
He's so good. The interview he had at the beginning of the season, he shit the bed at the beginning of the season, and he's like, well, what are you gonna do about it? Well, I'm gonna be upset about it for about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna I don't remember what he said, but it was fucking hysterical.
I remember he was given an interview on some podcast, and this guy started calling his change-up a splitter. He's like, dude, it's a change-up. I throw it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, StatCast says it's a fucking change-up.
Yeah, I'm the one throwing the fucking thing.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've and actually that was a good time because we're at the All-Star break. We had to delve to see how bad our picks are. Overall, not terrible.
Baseball's so hard to predict. It's so hard to predict.
Most of them are not terrible, but there's a few that are pretty outrageously bad. My Yamamoto pick, outrageously bad. Your Jackson Holiday pick, outrageously bad. Both of our Tigers pick, outrageously bad.
Yeah.
With that, we can talk about some trade deadline talks because we're getting to that time.
We are getting to that time.
So right now, trade deadline's coming right around the corner. July 31st, my birthday, also our bar day. And how did I just lock my computer?
Impressive work, buddy.
Yeah. Orioles are looking to get another good starter because
they need it.
They need another starter badly. Really badly.
Honestly, at this point, I think they need two.
I think one will suffice, but two would be ideal.
One would suffice. The reason I say two is
Greyrod has
right now. I don't know if I can trust Greyrod.
Yes, I agree.
It's like does he have the stuff to be a 1 or a 2? Absolutely. Does he pitch like it? Not often enough.
No, not enough to where you can say, okay, this is what we're getting out of him.
Yeah. Like, if you go, say the proposed trades I've seen for Scooble, they've not given up Holiday or Kobe Mayo. It's been like Connor Norby, a couple arms from their farm system.
I think that's a great trade. Take it.
No, it would be a fantastic trade. But where are you going to get that third arm from? Because at this rate, you can't trust Cole Irvin anymore.
No, I completely agree.
You definitely... As much as I wanted to believe in Cade Povich, you cannot do it now.
You can't.
He's clearly not ready, which is fine. And look, man, if you get into a 3-game set and you need another guy on the mound for that third day, I'm taking almost anyone over Greyrod right now.
Yeah, it's not. He's been very inconsistent, that's for sure.
Because if Bradish was fine, if Bradish didn't have to get TJ again, I'm not worried about it at all. But now I'm like,
no, because it goes Burns and then a steep drop off into Bradish, and you're like, oh, I'm not Bradish, Greyrod, like,
because Burns and Bradish, you're probably like, okay, we're sweeping that.
Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, we might lose the third game possibly with Greyrod, and then it's like, okay, but we can lose one every 3 games and we'll win the World Series.
Yeah. But
I just don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't trust. But here's my thought though. You asked the question was, where do you get that third arm? From the same fucking team. Jack Flaherty's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
The Tigers have pretty much already said that they're sellers. And you know what? It's going to take a large package to get both of them. It will. It might include a Jackson Holiday. But
are the Orioles going to ship Holiday? And I don't think they're going to give up on him that fast.
I don't think it's giving up on him. I think it's more of believing in what we got right now. Because right now the window is open. The window is 100% open.
But that's the thing. They're so young. I don't think they think that the window's going to close anytime soon.
I agree. But with Scooble, you're getting more than 1 year of control. You got a couple of years of control there. Jack Flaherty, he's on a 1-year deal. He's gonna want a big payday. I don't think he's gonna get what he thinks he's gonna get just because of his inconsistency in his career.
Yeah.
But he's gonna want a pretty big payday. But you know what?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Say they do the one package for Scooble. You know who I would go for?
Crochet?
I mean, you could go Crochet. I mean, they're gonna sell.
Yeah.
Sneaky? Jesus Lizard.
I don't trust Jesus Lizard. I just don't.
I trust him more than Greyrod.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree.
Well, if he's your third arm, it might be better. I don't know. I really don't know there. I mean, because I'm trying to think who else you could get.
Because right now, Jesus Luzardo's rocking a 5 ERA.
Oh, yeah, maybe not then.
I mean, his FIP is a 4.26. Last year he had a 3.58. Like, he's had, I mean, his best season was in 2022. He had a 3.32. But, okay, what have you done for me lately? That was in 2022, and that was over 100 innings. He's at 66 innings this year with a 5 ERA. I don't like Jesus Lizard as a 3. I'd much rather go Greyrod as a 3.
Yeah.
More consistent. I mean, not consistent, but more consistent than that.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think like who else they could get, and like, I mean, it's honestly Crochet's probably the best option, but I think Crochet's still got a lot of control too.
Yes, he does. So it's going to take a package for both. So that's the thing. Who else? Right, I'm going to look at the standings really quick. The Blue Jays. Because I was thinking,
Kikuchi? Kikuchi wouldn't be bad.
Kikuchi, and he's got years of control, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure, but he sounds right.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on Kikuchi's.
Because they're not. The Jays aren't going to get rid of Barrios.
No. The Rays, they don't have anybody that spectacular. Pepio maybe. Which, you know what, Pepio is a 3.
Pepio as a 3, I'd be okay with.
I don't mind that, but honestly, I'd say Pepio and Greyrod as a 3. I trust them about the same.
Yeah, like, that's a bit of a toss up. I was gonna suggest like Detmers from the Angels, but he's really struggled.
Yeah,
and the thing is, the thing is with him, he was clearly. It's the same thing the Angels have done for the past few years.
If it's the Angels, Tyler Anderson. He's got a 2.97.
That would be pretty cheap too.
Vegas native.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly with them I just don't know. Yes, you don't technically need the third arm because Bradish will be back eventually.
But I think
but if you think you can win the World Series right now, if you get Skubal, that's essentially saying we're all in.
Yes.
Do you want Greyrod as your 3?
And that's
if you need to win the game.
Yeah. And that's why I think, honestly, if I were them, I'd go after Skubal, and I'd call it a day. Because you're getting Bradish back. You're getting back. Greyrod
You're not thrusting Greyrod into the 2 spot.
No, because
he doesn't have to be that guy.
If they give up some of their prospects, they give up a few, and they get Skubal. Okay, they still have a great young core. They still have guys coming into the system, and that window stays long. Like, it's not. Yeah. We're not go all in for 2024, which I don't think is the right move for them because of how, like you said, they have such a young team and such a young core that it's like, yeah.
Because I'm thinking right now, if say you do that trade with some of your prospects that aren't the biggest names in your system, you don't have to get Flaherty. You get Skubal. You DFA Ramon Arias because what the fuck does he do for you?
Yeah.
And you have your young outfielders and Santander. You have an infield now because you can call up Jackson Holiday and not worry about it because you can play Kobe Mayo at third base and play Westberg at second, Gunnar at short, and Ryan Mountcastle at first. Great infield.
Yes,
because Kobe Mayo can play defense and hit the cover off the ball.
Yep.
Fuck it. Let him rock in the second half. And then you have a really good 1-2 with Burns and Skubal. You're waiting on Bradish to come back next year, 2 years from now?
Yeah.
One of the two?
Yeah, it'd be either late next year or the season after.
It'd probably be it'd probably be around now-ish. Right?
For next year?
It would probably be
I would think a little later, honestly.
Probably August or September next year.
Yeah. But he didn't get full TJ. He did the internal brace thing that Strider's doing, which is supposed to be a faster turnaround time. So it might be around this time then. Regardless. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that honestly that's the right move. You go after one because then you keep the window long. The only issue I see running into that though is Adley's going to be coming up on year 2 of arbitration.
Yeah.
Gunner's going to start coming up on arbitration here coming soon. All these young guys are eventually going to need to be extended. Which if I'm the Orioles,
think with the new owners, you got to extend them this summer.
That's what I was just about to say. If I'm the Orioles, I'm doing what the Braves did.
The winter. The winter. You got to extend them in the winter.
Yeah,
not the summer.
If I'm the Orioles, I'm doing exactly what the Braves did. I'm signing Gunner to an extension right now. I'm signing Adley to an extension right now because honestly, right now is the best time because fuck, if Gunner has the season, if he finishes the season the way he started the season, he's probably going to win MVP between him and Judge. I'm obviously assuming that Judge falls off a cliff. But assuming that, he's probably going to win MVP. If not, he's going to be second in MVP voting. And motherfucker, is he going to get paid in arbitration.
Yeah.
He might set records in arbitration.
He'd break arbitration.
Yeah.
That would be the most hilarious two-lane conference ever.
Because there'd be nobody to compare him to. You'd be like, oh, first year arbitration. I guess I can compare it to Mookie Betts, but Mookie Betts did have a good season, but not.
He didn't play short.
He didn't play short, and he didn't put up 12 wins above replacement fucking season.
Dude, okay. Imagine prepping a team for that if you're team side and just be like, okay, so we thought we were fucked with AG. It's over. They're going to put up 12 wins above replacement, and you're just going to have to pay them.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're going to have to they're going to put up 2 shortstops have ever hit 50 home runs in a season, and one of them was A-Rod. And you're going to be like, fuck.
Second full year in the league. And he won MVP, just like Cal. Another Baltimore Orioles legend. We don't want to leave, but...
Yeah, if you're team side on that, it's just like, here's what we're going to...
up.
I'd be like, look, we got no chance. Here's what we're going to do. We're doing a very bold strategy. We're walking into there, and we're pulling away. We're not even going to start the arbitration. We're going to ask to speak with the opposing counsel. We're going to bring them to the side. We're going to make an extension right out. We're going to make an extension before it even starts, and then we're just going to walk in.
We're giving you $400 million, 14 years.
Yeah, we're giving you deal. Sign the deal. We're going to come back in the arbitration. Sorry, we don't need this arbitration anymore. Thank you guys for coming. We made a contract extension. They're like,
we settled outside. This
isn't a real case. And we're like, don't care.
It's like, and then you pull up your slides and you're like, 12 war. What the fuck do you want me to do?
It would be one slide. Just 12 war. That's it. The most war by a shortstop in history of baseball. And just hold it there. And it's like, fuck. How do I rebut that?
The arbitrator would be like, you know what? He's got a free.
Yeah. He literally is the best shortstop in the history of baseball last season. And what do you do? After that, so we already talked at length about the Orioles do what they need to do. Phillies are looking for another right-handed outfielder from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Lubov to the Phillies.
I would love that. I don't know what the prospect haul would be for that.
I don't think it's as big as people think.
I don't think it is as big as people think, and I think that the White Sox are going to be disappointed.
I think so too. I completely agree. Because I mean, he's hitting 236 right now with an 804 OPS. Good, yes, but not great. Like,
is he better defensively than Rojas? No. Is he a better hitter than Rojas?
Yes,
absolutely.
Obviously. Not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close. And obviously it's going to take some moves, but I don't know. Dombrowski normally is very savvy about that. I know they want another right-handed reliever, so I know they're in the market for like...
Fucking why? I just watched Pastrami light up people, and then they had another Phillies reliever come into the game. Did they not?
Hoffman.
Yeah, yes, Hoffman, yes. That's not even like your guys' best. That's not even your fucking closer.
Nope. But he does have the NL best in ERA.
I know, but fuck off. Like, you guys don't need it. Like,
well, and that's the thing. Like, I've seen
the Phillies are what the Dodgers wanted to be this year. Like,
yes, and I think the thing is, I saw an article on one of the Phillies accounts I follow, and they're a very good news source. However, this article I didn't love. Like, they're talking about who you would have to trade and what you're opening for if you want to get Mason Miller. And I'm like, okay, I'll click on it. I'll read it.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Because it's a whole lot.
He's got a full career's worth of team control. And the A's, they're gonna ask for fair market value for a guy that throws 104.
Who could be arguably the best closer in baseball right now.
Yes. And would I love to have Mason Miller? Absolutely.
Duh.
Who do I not want to trade for him? Our two top prospects. I do not want to trade Andrew Painter, and I do not want to trade Aiden Miller. And they're saying, well, you should be open to trading Painter. And I'm like, why? Wheeler is 33. Painter is going to be younger than Strider when he debuts.
Yeah.
After Tommy John. why do you want to give him up? Because that's a starter that throws 102.
Well, the reason here's the reason I say that they're talking about it, and I disagree with it. I'm not saying I completely disagree with it. The reason they're saying is because basically you're going all in for 2024. You're locking down the World Series, but like you don't fucking need it. Like there's no reason to give up your entire future when your closer is Jose Alvarado, who is also one of the best closers in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then you're even let's say Alvarado just starts shitting the fucking bed. Okay, the best reliever in baseball with the best ERA right now is Trevor Hoffman. Okay, slot him in real quick.
Padres Trevor Hoffman.
Oh, yes.
Jeff Hoffman.
Jeff Hoffman. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait, Trevor, that doesn't sound right, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm
You're
going to say it
thinking Hell's
confidently.
Bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Jeff Hoffman, who's fucking the best, has the lowest ERA in baseball. I think even if Alvarado starts shitting the bed, you're still fine.
Yeah.
And you still have a setup, and you still have Kerkering.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kerkering and Matt Strom as your 7 and 8 guys if that happens. And you guys, yeah, there's no point to going after Miller because the haul is going to include your top prospect.
Yeah.
It's just not. The only teams like I could see like going after a Mason Miller. Oh, fuck. Honestly, the Yankees, period.
But that's the thing. I don't think they have the prospects to do that.
Thing. I don't think they do either. But I'm saying like the only team that I think would do it is them because if the Orioles go after Mason Miller, which I would love to see, but that package is going to include Jackson Holiday. It's going to include it. It's not. There's no chance in hell that package does not include Jackson Holiday. And I don't think the Orioles are willing to do that. I think he's their guy that's completely off limits.
Yeah. And the thing is, with the Mason Miller to Philly talks, would I love it? Absolutely. 100%. That would be amazing because essentially the game's over after 6 innings. You don't get to the starter. You go 7th. You go Kerkering or Strom, Hoffman, Miller. The game's over.
Well, and then what the fuck do you do with Alvarado? Like,
that's the point. You still have Alvarado, Soto, all those guys in the bullpen that throw absolute nitrous. And it's like, what can you do? Because what are outfield targets right now? Lane Thomas or Taylor Ward, which I'm fine with either of those two.
Yeah, it helps. They both help for sure.
Because then you're thinking, well, who plays center? It's going to be Marsh.
Yeah.
Or maybe Rojas. But I mean, the thing is, Marsh in left has been the best left fielder in baseball. He has like 11 DRS or something like that.
Jesus.
And no. It's 11 DRS total. I think he has 9 in left.
Damn.
Yeah. And he has plenty of outfield assists. The guy plays elite defense in left field. So I don't know if they want to move him to center.
I don't like the idea of Taylor Ward or Lane Thomas. I just looked up what they're really hitting this year, and it's not great. They're both hitting sub 240. Well,
the thing is, I think they're thinking a serviceable right-handed bat that plays decent defense.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking just the bat, you go Brent Rooker.
True. Well, I think you go Lubov, honestly.
Well, yes, but Brent Rooker has like a 940 OPS.
I agree. But
that's if you're only thinking the bat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could put Lubov in. He plays center field currently. Like,
yeah,
he could easily put him in center field, and he's not the best defensive center fielder, but he's a significantly better hitter than Rojas, Ward, or Lane Thomas.
No, absolutely.
And like I said, I genuinely don't think the White Sox, the haul that they're asking is not what they're going to get.
They're asking for a Soto package they're not going to get.
No, they're not getting it. And the way I think about that is, okay, there's no point in keeping him. There's literally not a fucking point. Like, so at least get something for him.
Yeah, and the thing is, with Lubov, I'm thinking the reason you have the lower tier options on outfield bats, because aside from Marsh, our outfield bats, and I mean, Castellanos love Castellanos' personality. He's not the most consistent.
No.
And he's serviceable enough on defense.
Yes.
It's serviceable enough. It is not great, but it is what it is. But I think you're seeing the lower tier names as like a smokescreen.
I think I agree.
But you're also seeing the lower tier names because they're like, well, we want lower tier names in the outfield because we want another right-handed reliever. And for all I care, that could be fucking Michael Kopech, because Michael Kopech also
He's been
throws
good,
gas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't need a true closer. You have Hoffman, you have Alvarado. You can get a guy that you know can be a serviceable setup guy, because as much as I love Mason Miller, that prospect haul is going to be ungodly.
It's going to be massive. Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous.
So, and like they're all like frothing about the idea of having Mason Miller, and I have him in the show. I love using Mason Miller in the show. I don't want to give up my entire farm for him.
No, and I agree. It's not worth the haul for sure.
Yeah.
Well, for the Phillies, and like I said, that's why I think the only team who's going to be in on it is the Yankees, because I think they're the only team where it's like they desperately need it, because Clay Holmes is their closer right now. Who I won an argument because somebody said, a Yankees fan said that Clay Holmes was the best closer in baseball, and he proceeded to immediately give up 4 runs and blow a save. Like literally the day after I said Mason Miller has entered the chat. And that would be actually hysterical for me to bring up to JT just to fuck with him, because I'd be like, hey, remember when you said Clay Holmes was the best closer in baseball? Now you guys actually do have the best closer in baseball with Mason Miller, like I said before. But yeah, and I don't think the Yankees have the prospect haul to get him. So honestly, it sucks to say, but I think he stays put.
I do think he stays put, because I think the haul is going to be too rich for any team at this point.
I mean,
yes, you want that type of impact arm, but
the teams that you're looking at,
pay it.
The teams that you're looking at are the teams that their window is closing, and they're going to go through a lull pretty soon. And the only team I can think of that is the Yankees.
Yeah,
like the Yankees. Brewers, I guess, but I genuinely don't think they're on their next few years are going to be a lull. They still got William Contreras. They still got Christian Yelich. Like, they still got a lot of the same guys.
But that's the thing. Like, if you're the Brewers, are you going to trade everything for him?
Well, exactly. And it's not. I was just thinking, like, the Pirates need a closer desperately, because Bednar's been bad. But the Pirates are on the up right now. Like, right now, this is where they're doing. So if they sell now, they tank their farm system.
They're at least on the right track.
Yeah,
is I think what you're getting at there.
Yes. And if they go out and they get Mason Miller, well, they just cut off their prospect haul of what's coming up, and it's like, do you do that now? No, you wait until it's like, okay, these guys are in their 30s, it's starting to look like these guys are starting to be on the other end. You know who's a team that actually I just thought of a team that it would fit this description exactly, is the Cardinals, because the Cardinals, their window is closing rapidly.
Yeah,
rapidly, right? I mean, yes, we have a lot of young guys in Burleson, Wynn, all those guys, but our big boppers are Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt, which they haven't been great this year, but that's who we built the team to start.
Yeah,
and they're both older, and Paul Goldschmidt looks like he's 700 years old, and Nolan Arenado is having a down year. So it's like, right now you're the team. Like, the window is closing. So I just knocked over my router or my modem. Nobody saw that. So the window is closing with the Cardinals. So it's like, right now is the time, but we don't need a Mason Miller. That's the thing.
No, because you have Helsley.
Yeah, and also I genuinely think the window is closed, honestly, because our starting pitching is fucking hell.
Yeah.
Which that gets me into the Cardinals. They're looking for another 5th starter.
Another one?
I know. They have 5, or they have 4, but they apparently need another 5th starter.
Okay.
The Braves are looking to get some outfield depth, which, okay, I can see that. Guardians are looking for starting pitching because they need it badly. Dodgers are looking for outfield depth, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I think the thing about the Dodgers is like, what they actually need is starting pitching badly.
Yeah.
But they're getting so many guys back that it's like you don't want to go get starting pitching because it's like once you go get all that starting pitching, once all these guys come back, you're like, oh shit, we have 85 starters now.
Yeah, and they're talking about like how, I mean, I sent this to you on Twitter. The $1.2 billion offseason wasn't enough for you.
Yep.
Like, yeah, Dodgers fans are selfish as hell, dude.
They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. The Brewers are also looking to get some starting pitching, which is a weird statement to make. I never, like, in my life would be thinking the Brewers are looking for starting pitching just because the previous 10 years of Brewers has included Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta, and it was just like, oh, yeah, they got good starting pitching, period. And now they've finally got the other end of it. The Yankees are looking for a third baseman because
DJ LeMahieu sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mariners, any hitting, please. Somebody who can put the baseball over the fence occasionally. Like, holy fuck, man. Anything. Offense, please. They need it desperately. And the Astros apparently have been looking into Pete Alonso and Luis Severino, which I do love that. For the Astros,
it would make sense.
They need starting pitching. Luis Severino's had a very good season.
And they need a first baseman.
Don't typically need a hitting first baseman, or I'm sorry, defensive first baseman. But they'll
Pete Alonso is certainly not that.
No, he's terrible defensively. But he does hit the ball well. Not this season. Yes. He's having kind of rough season hitting. But he's still Pete Alonso. And
get Pete Alonso the Crawford boxes.
That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. Give him the Crawford boxes. Good God. Yeah. That's our trade talks, honestly. Yep. With that, I'll go into just quickly run through the rest of these news and notes. The Orioles hit Heston Kjerstad in the head, and the bench is cleared in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing I have to say about that, Brandon Hyde coming out, fucking sprinting out of the dugout immediately and being the first one, I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was like, yes, that is the manager I want. James Wood finally got out of Nazi zombies. He made it to DC. He made it to DC finally. I don't know why he was stuck in the Pentagon for so long.
Yeah. So those rounds are tough, man.
Yeah.
Probably got
Dallas Keuchel got DFA'd.
Oh, again. Okay.
Yeah. I cannot believe he got even signed again. I didn't even know he still existed.
That's why the Brewers are looking for starting pitching. They signed Dallas Keuchel and he started a game.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, yeah, you haven't pitched effectively in like 10 years. After that, we got Trey Turner is fucking back. I've already kind of delved into my MVP pick, patting myself on the back. It's probably going to happen. Rhys Hines is the new Aristides Aquino.
Apparently.
He had 9 extra base hits in his first 7 fucking games.
And he was like struggling in Double-A. So
he was terrible. Like I looked at that's the reason I didn't pick him up because I saw his crazy stats and I was like, did I just miss this guy? And then I looked and I was like, no. He's just having a crazy 3 days.
Yeah. Cincinnati Reds in a nutshell.
Basically. They always seem to Nick Senzel did it. Aristides Aquino. Who the hell there's some other ones too. Now
Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Yes. There was like 5 or 6 guys that came up and you're just like, holy shit. And then it's like, oh, they suck now.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I'm saying this. Finally, Corbin Carroll had a 2 home run game.
He did?
He had a 2 home run game. So you're not going to believe this.
Is he above the Mendoza line?
I don't think so. That I'm not sure. Hang on. Because I pulled up his stats. And I was shocked. So, that's not where it was. Whatever, I'll just do the math. He is above the Mendoza line. He's above the Mendoza line. Yeah.
Good for you, Corbin.
Dude, he had a 2 homer game. In his last week, he is hitting 261, 300 on base, 696 slug. He's had 3 homers and a double in his last week. So that's a 996 OPS in the last week.
Okay. He's turning a corner.
He might
He's
be
turning
back.
a corner.
It's only been 7 days, but you know what? Fuck, he needed something, man. Otherwise, it was going to look rough for him.
He was flirting with AAA for a while there.
Yeah, he definitely was. Not flirting with it. Should have been in AAA.
Yeah.
But he's actually, I mean, his OPS plus now is up to 82. So, all right. He's
flirting with league average.
Look, man. He went through a sophomore slump from hell.
One of the worst sophomore slumps I've ever seen.
Yeah. Then Whit Merrifield was released from the Phillies. I know you were excited.
Yes, very much so.
Just going very quick to just through our teams. Cardinals 5-5 in their last 10. They just split a series against the Cubs, which LOL, the Cubs fucking suck.
Yes.
Then we got swept by the Royals, which we should be beating the Royals, even though we suck and they're actually kind of all right. Miles Michaelis, in his last start, gave up 6 earned runs against Cubs. How? Fucking how? Alec Burleson is actually hitting very well. I refuse to fucking apologize. I'm not doing it. He has an 816 OPS, which, yes, is good. But what I said was he's a good player, good. He's average to slightly above average. I'd say an 816 OPS is above average, yes.
Yes.
But it's not the entire season, first of all. And here's the reason I'm not fucking apologizing. Because it's not like I'm calling for, it's not like I'm saying Alec Burleson needs to be traded. He fucking sucks. He needs to get kicked off. I've not said that. What I've said is the rest of the team fucking sucks.
Yes.
So that's why I'm not fucking apologizing. Because I haven't defamed Alec Burleson at all. Have I defamed some other players? Probably. But he's not one of them. So that's why I'm not. Yeah. And then the Cardinals drafted a second baseman, which we don't need any more fucking position players. We need fucking pitching.
You know who was still on the board when you guys drafted a second baseman?
Who?
Brody Brecht.
Yep.
101 mile an hour fastball from Iowa. Plus secondary stuff. He's now on the Rockies.
Yeah.
Which means him and Chase Dolander will be Cardinals at some point in the future. So
that's funny. Yeah.
They'll pay half their contract, so
he has a strikeouts per 9 of 14.7.
Yep. I wanted the Phillies to draft Brody Brecht,
and we get a fucking second baseman, which this is what I'm telling you. That ensures me that either at the deadline this year, and I don't think it's going to be at the deadline. I think the Cardinals are going to be dumbasses and be buyers at the deadline this year. But
probably.
It's going to fall the fuck apart, and the Cardinals are going to be in second to last place by the end of the season. And we're going to end up that means either 1, Gorman is gone, or 2, Nolan Arenado is gone next year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. One of those 2 is gone.
So, let me interject right here. If you had drafted Brody Brecht, he's probably your second best pitcher immediately, and he would be making a start right after Sonny Gray.
Yeah, and I mean, do I think he would be a good start in the MLB immediately? Probably not. But
no, but he'd be better than Lance Lynn.
Exactly. He just needs to be better than that. It's not a high bar.
It's a very low bar. So, what I was going to say with the whole Gorman thing, maybe he's gone, but what if you move him to first and play the second baseman?
Get rid of Goldie.
Yeah. That makes more sense logically. If the Cardinals
what makes sense
logically.
Well, the reason I think Nolan Arenado is gone is you're going to get a better package for him than you are Goldie. There's just no way. And B, Nolan Gorman was a third baseman originally.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you just move him back to his natural position, then we put a second baseman at second base. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be doing that where they put Gorman at first, but what I genuinely think is going to happen is they're going to put Burleson at first because we're going to lose Goldie, or we're losing Paul Goldschmidt at the end of the year anyways. I think they'll put Burleson at first, honestly.
Yeah.
And then trade away Nolan Arenado, which is like, Yeah, we're gonna get a bigger package for him, but I don't think we're gonna get anything too crazy because he hasn't had a good year in the last 2 years. Yeah, and then the window will have officially completely fucking closed.
Yep, rebuild season in St. Louis.
Yep. All right, and then after that, Phillies. You want to go quickly through what they've done in the last 10?
So, they before the All-Star break, they picked the objectively funniest way possible to go 4-2. You sweep the Dodgers, and then you lose a series to the A's. Objectively, it's the funniest way to go 4-2.
That is.
And you swept the Dodgers, and you look dominant as hell.
Yeah, like they literally bitch slapped them. We're like, oh, you thought you were the team to beat in the National League? LOL, that's funny. And then they went to the A's, and they were like, wait, how do we play baseball again?
Are we the idiots?
Yeah.
Are we the farmers? Yes, potentially. I mean, it was the funniest thing ever. I was like, you know what? It's almost the All-Star break. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. Whatever.
And shit like that happens in baseball.
Yeah.
Like, baseball's weird.
I mean, the A's scored 18 runs.
Yeah. Which I was like, what? Who started that 18? Game?
Who did start that game? Oh, that was our bullpen game.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, Kerkering started, had a perfect frame. Then we brought in Mercado, and it was just kind of like, at that point, like, you're like, yeah, whatever. This is the last game before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
This is the last game before the All-Star break. We're like, fuck it. We'll see what happens. Nothing good happened.
Yeah.
Zach Geloff hit a grand slam, which was great for my fantasy team, but...
Yeah.
Brent Rooker hit 2 450-foot home runs.
Fucking, what was his face? The catcher.
Shea Langoliers?
Yeah, Shea wait. He hit 3 homers, didn't he? I think he hit 3 homers that game.
No, he didn't. It wasn't... No, they hit 8 home runs, but it was Geloff, Rooker twice, Daz Cameron, Lawrence Butler, someone else. Geloff, obviously. Garrett Stubbs gave up a grand slam.
Let's see. Yeah, Rooker, Butler. I'm sorry, it was Butler. Butler hit 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Butler hit 3 home runs.
That guy's kind of really... Like, the power he had, I was very, like, oh...
That came out of nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how about that? But yes, Garrett Stubbs gave up a grand slam to Zach Geloff, and I was like, well, okay. Whatever.
Yeah. Anything else on the Phillies for the last 10?
Nope. Just trades. That's it.
Pretty much. It's getting to that season.
Yep.
So then we got the Astros. The Astros have actually been playing really good ball lately. They have, in their last 10, they're 6-4, and they're now currently 1 game back of the division lead, like we already said. Ronel Blanco is continuing to dominate, along with Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown's been really good. Framber also in his last his last start had a really good start. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 10 Ks. Altuve's having a great season, hitting 306 with an 815 OPS. And Jordan's back, and Kyle Tucker's looking to come back pretty soon. So that division race gets very scary for the Mariners. I would not be happy right now with what's going on.
Seattle is Seattle.
And I think that's all we have to say about them.
Yes. That is exactly what I have to say.
Quickly through the Orioles. The Orioles, they've been playing shitty. Really shitty.
Really shitty.
They're 3-7 in their last 10. They got swept by the fucking Cubs. And almost got swept by the Yankees. Yeah. They need another starting pitcher. That's all.
We've covered that one extensively. They definitely need another starter.
We do have 3 say no to walks. One of them, I am beyond shocked.
I know exactly who you're talking about because it makes no goddamn sense.
I don't think he's had a no walker probably his entire life, and because of that, I'm gonna do with him first.
Do it.
Blake Snell. Snellzilla, which he's had a shit season overall.
Yes.
And then he comes out and goes 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs allowed, 8 strikeouts. He had a no-hitter going.
I think it's the first time he's gone 7 innings in his entire career.
There's no way. There's no way.
I think he's only ever recorded 5 outs in the 7th before this one. I'm not kidding. It's a ridiculous stat. I saw it somewhere. He doesn't go deep.
No. And then he also walks people like fucking hell.
So the fact that he didn't walk anyone, it's like, who the hell were they playing? You know what? I don't even care. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. it was just, what the fuck? I think, I want to say it was the Marlins.
You know what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're a baseball team.
They are a baseball team. Forgot he plays with the Giants now. No, it was either the Twins or the Blue Jays.
Oh, I think it was the Twins. Yeah, because I remember Matt was freaking out. He was like, "We're getting perfect games."
Yeah, it was the fucking Twins.
It wasn't even a no-hitter. He was carrying a fucking perfect game.
I know.
Blake Snell carrying a perfect game is so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not walk against him?
Last year,
all it takes is like
league in walks the last 2 years.
I think so too. All it takes to walk against Blake Snell is a shred of plate discipline.
Yeah, just watch. Just sit there and watch. Because it was just last year he led all of MLB in walks. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand it. I just don't.
I don't get it at all.
That might
it doesn't
be the
make
most
sense.
shocking thing that we've talked about on this podcast. And there's been a lot of shocking things on this episode.
Yes.
All right. Now
someone entered rehab on this episode.
And yet Blake Snell throwing a no-walker is the most impressive.
Yes.
All right. Now, with the most impressive no-walker in my... Fuck. You know what? I'm just going to go from top to bottom because I can't tell which one's better.
Yeah. Go for it. Yusei Kikuchi. 13 Ks. Very impressive. 2 runs and 6 hits, 7 1/3 innings pitched. So 13 Ks is that's the thing, because like the 2 runs, you're like, well,
yeah, you don't love that, but the 13 Ks is nice.
Yeah,
which I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's career high for him.
I think it was a career high because I think he got a boosted card in the show for that.
Yep. Yeah. Which also I just have to say, Yusei Kikuchi. I can't say that name without being a child about it. I can't. Tell me you don't hear it. Like,
no, I hear it. I was ignoring it.
I can't not. No. Yusei Kikuchi. It's a great name.
Oh, God damn it.
Last one.
Logan Gilbert.
For the second time,
I think
Logan
it's his
Gilbert.
Third.
It's his second. We looked it up last time, and he didn't have one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Does 2 make him the most featured so far?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Guy's a fucking animal.
Yeah. Logan Gilbert, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, no runs, 9 Ks. Which he probably got a no decision on that game. I don't know, but he probably got a fucking no decision.
He probably fucking did. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up now because I want to be mad. I mean, I'm gonna be doing bar prep after this, so why not start mad? There he is. Walter. It's his alter ego.
Dude, he's having such a good season.
Yeah, he's nasty, dude.
20 games started, 2.79 ERA. He got a loss! He got a fucking... Well, he didn't get a loss. He did get a no decision.
Of course he got a no decision.
They lost the fucking game.
Against the Angels. That's an incredibly Mariners thing.
82 game score, and you get a fucking no decision.
Okay, so what exactly would you be doing in the locker room there?
Violent things. Oh my god.
Dude. You see it, right? You see his win-loss record with a 2.79 ERA?
6-5.
It's not quite the 2019 DeGrom.
But it's close.
It's it's enough to piss you off.
Yeah. I mean, he literally leads MLB in starts, innings pitched, and whip, and has a 2.79 ERA.
Oh my god, dude. Gilbert is totally going to be the fucking guy for Tulane next year.
Oh, yeah. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
They didn't extend him, I don't think.
No.
So,
wait,
yep.
Was he first year ARB this year or next year?
He would have been a Super 2 this year. Because he had the same amount of time as what's his name, Steele.
So was he a Super 2 then?
Yeah, he got a 1 year, $4 million contract.
That's about right. So he'll be second year ARB next year. He's not gonna be the guy then. They always do first year ARB guys.
Dude, he would have been he would have been hell.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
Especially considering the performance of the other pitchers on the team right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, even with Kirby turning around, whew.
Yeah, they avoided ARB, which if I'm them, I'm extending him right now.
I'm extending him ASAP. I'm extending him and Kirby immediately
because they're gonna get paid. Oh, Logan Gilbert actually went to the same school as Jacob deGrom.
Stetson, yeah.
Yeah. Except for
wonder if he played shortstop there.
That's what I was just about to say. If he played shortstop, I'd be like, what? Apparently the way to become one of the best pitchers in baseball is be a shortstop.
Play shortstop at Stetson.
All right. Want to run through the standings real quick?
Yeah, I got him. All right. So, there's been no change to the standings over the last, 3 days. So, shocking news. The Dodgers lead the NL West 56-41 plus 88 run differential. The Diamondbacks are 49-48 with a plus 17 run differential, and the Padres are 59-49 with a plus 12. The Giants, 47-50 with a minus 27, and the Colorado Rockies are definitely a baseball team. They're 34-63 with a minus 169. NL East, Phillies on top, 62-34 with a plus 110 run differential. I believe we're the only team in the league.
Baseball.
Yeah, best in baseball. Not the highest run differential, but by 4. So
yeah.
Atlanta Braves 53-42 plus 65 run differential. New York Metropolitans 49-46 with a plus 13. Nats 44-53 with a minus 38. And they still start Patrick Corbin in the year of our Lord 2024 because they're paying him. Top 5 highest paid pitchers in the game, by the way. Yep. Miami Marlins 33-63 minus 152 run differential. They're a baseball team. Then the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers are 55-42 with a plus 79 run differential. The St. Louis Cardinals 50-46 with a minus 38.
No need to read that. No need to read that part.
It's too late. Shout out Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson, baby.
Don't forget Michaelis.
Oh, right.
He's probably the leading cause for that run differential.
Yeah, probably. Pirates 48-48 minus 9. And if they sneak in, the Allegheny Electric Factory is going to be something to see in the playoffs.
Dude, I just give me let's flip flop the last place, the Mets with the Pirates. Give me Game 1 Freddie Peralta versus Paul Skeens in the wild card.
Oh,
that's tickling.
That's appointment television.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Reds, they're doing Cincinnati things, 47-50 with a plus 38 run differential, which, I mean, all right. The Chicago Cubs are 47-51 with a minus 5, so, I mean, somehow only 3.5 games from a wild card, which is Jesus.
NL Central's tough, baby.
Fucking apparently. All right, AL East. Orioles 58-38 plus 80 run differential. Need another starting pitcher. Yes. Yankees 58-40 plus 106. Red Sox 53-42 plus 44. Still might sell at the deadline. Shout out you, Jared. Tampa Bay Rays 48-48 minus 63. You know what? if the Red Sox do sell at the deadline, that Baseball is Dead episode is going to be hysterical.
Oh man, I mean, could you imagine they get rid of like Casas or Duran, and you're just like,
if they get rid of Duran, Jared will never be seen again.
Yeah, that toaster bath will be had.
Yeah, Jay's dead as fuck. 44 and 52 minus 66.
Minus Vladdy.
Minus Vladdy. Vladdy's the only one not dead in that lineup.
Yeah.
Bo Bichette having like a career worst year.
Yep.
To no one's surprise, as Alec Boehm said, just like everybody thought, Cleveland Guardians 58 and 37 with a plus 85 run differential.
No, everyone knew that.
Oh yeah, everyone knew that. Minnesota Twins 54 and 42 plus 47. Kansas City Royals 52 and 45 plus
just like
60.
Everyone suspected the Royals be good this year.
Just like everybody thought. Detroit Tigers, tiny violin. 47 and 50 minus 7.
Which, to be fair, they're 8 and 2 in their last 10.
Yeah,
and let's see who they've played. They have played the Dodgers.
I think they swept the Dodgers.
No, they took 2 out of 3.
Oh, okay.
And then they took 3 out of 4 against the Guardians, and then they swept the Reds before that.
Okay.
If they go on a hot streak, they might not be sellers at the deadline.
They might not, and that would hurt the Orioles' attempt to get Scooble.
Yes, it would.
Get ready to learn Baltimore Harbor, Garrett Crochet, because you play for a baseball team that is 27 and 71 with a minus 177 run differential. Jesus Christ.
No one's surprised in their last 10, they're 2 and 8.
Yeah, and on a 4-game losing streak. Yeah. Okay, now for the biggest shit show division of all time. The AL West, just like everybody thought.
Yeah.
52 and 46 Seattle Mariners plus 19 run differential. Wow, what an offense. Jesus Christ.
Full of names.
Houston Astros, just guys that are happy to be on television while their pitchers are like, hey guys, I'm pitching a shutout. Can you give me some run support? Logan Gilbert.
Good God.
And he didn't even get to throw at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
Because look, even if he only had... It was his first All-Star game. His parents flew out to see him, all of that, which was like really cool, but like didn't even throw him.
Well, and I see. Well, the game
one
that he
batter.
Well, the thing was the game that he threw that was the last game before the All-Star game, so he had like 1 day's rest, and it was like,
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Astros have a plus 49 run differential, and they're probably going to lead the division after this next series. Texas Rangers, still hungover. 46 and 50 with a plus 9 run differential. The Angels and the Athletics are baseball teams. The Angels are 41 and 55 with a minus 87 run differential, and the Athletics are 37 and 61 with a minus 83 run differential.
Hey, for once, we're not talking about the A's being the worst baseball team in the season or in baseball. They're bad, but they're not the worst.
Yeah, they're bad, but the worst resides on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And welcome to our longest episode ever.
Yes, sir. Look, we didn't give you a midweek episode. We had to go long on this.
Yeah.
One. And we also didn't even go into weekend series or anything. But there was a lot of trade talks, a lot of crazy shit to talk about.
A lot of rehab to cover.
A lot of rehab to cover.
Apparently, it's fun, man.
Apparently.
Whatever the hell that means.
Ingrid, we pray for you. We hope you have a good time in rehab. Hope that you figure your shit out, because that was actually really sad to watch or hear.
It was terrible to hear. Saying rehab is fun.
Yeah, it's tough word to. I've had some friends and family go into rehab, and fun was not the word that they described it as.
Can fucking imagine.
Yeah. All right. Follow us on Instagram at The Baseball Diaries. On YouTube at The Baseball Diaries Pod. Twitter at The BB Diaries. At Say No to Walks. Spotify, The Baseball Diaries. Later, everybody.
Peace out.